Hello again. Um, I can't say that at the moment I have, anything really to talk about, but I figured, hey, why don't we just roll this thing until something comes to mind? Uh, uh, as you can tell, the video quality is back to. That means I'm back on the computer, and if you happen to notice some shirts here behind me, Uh, that's because my setup, well, at least on the computer, is in the bedroom closet. That's where my desk is. You have it out of the way. Uh, Plus, I don't really use this closet all too much anyway. Um, uh, let me check my notebook. There may be something in there to talk about. I don't know. Um, let's see. Oh, yeah, there's something a little interesting there. Um, but before we get into it, let me check and see. I need to see when uh, this thing I want to talk about was released. Excuse me. Uh, let's see here. Load faster. Uh, oh, here we go. Wow. September 28th, 1998 for North America. That would be Pokemon Red and Blue. Um, let's see. Oh, an interesting story on how I got my two a copy of each. Um, I forget why, but we had to go to the next town over uh, to that Walmart. Our Walmart here in my town didn't have too big of a selection on things. And keep in mind, this is before super centers. I guess my town and the town over didn't have a super center. It was the old Walmart, the small Walmart. I had to go in there for something. Uh, well, Mom did. I would have been a little over 10 years old, just a little bit. And now that I actually stop and think right there on it, that would have been actually the perfect age to start my Pokemon journey. But yes, anyway, um, went in there for something, and I think I had some birthday money or something saved up, and had I went into the video game section. At the time, it was small, small. I think PlayStation One, Game Boy Color. I think that was it. That might have been it. And I remember my uncle. Well, I know he had a copy, but I can't remember if he had a copy at the time or not. But I do remember the game Croc on PS1 and liking it pretty good. So what I'd done was I had bought it, and at the time, to make the long story longer, we there was a place up there, a pool place that we also had to stop by. We had to wait and wait and wait for them to open because they opened later in the day. It felt like I think it was actually, but being a 10-year old, uh, it takes forever, especially when you got a new game. You're sitting there looking at it. You want to get it home, take the cellophane or plastic or whatever you call it off of it, pop it in, and play it. After all that's said and done, got home, uh, popped it into my PS1. Now, when I say PS1, I don't mean the like really small rounded one. I'm talking about the, let me get that in a frame. Actually, the square one, the bigger one, would not work at all. I think I tried 2 or 3 different times. No, I take it back. I tried over and over and over. I wiped the lens off. I wiped the disc off. I got it to play the first level. The start of the first level. Actually, no, the first level wasn't all that long. So, yeah, once you got to the end of the first level, load screen, and it quit working again. That was the last time I was. Finger won't pop. Last time I was able to get the game to work. Later that day, or it may have been the next day. I think it was later that day though. We went to the Walmart in my town, the local Walmart, and I explained the situation to them, and they said, well, we can either give you a refund or you can take the price of that game and get another game. I said, okay, well, let me browse the selection first to see what you got. For I know it's kind of complicated for a 10-year-old to say that. Well, I'm saying that as a 34-year-old now, but I'm pretty sure in a 10-year-old way I would have said something along that line. But anyway, I'm browsing the limited selection, and I see Pokemon Red and Blue. Now, to pause right there, I know, suspense. He's not really my cousin, but I consider him my cousin. I've not seen him in a long time. At the time, he let me try out his. It was either red or blue that he had. He let me try it out, and that's what got me hooked. So, back to Walmart. Whenever I seen they had red and blue, I asked the what they want them called associates now. I don't know what they did back in the 90s. And I asked her, I said, well, would the price of that game be enough to get both of these? And she said, well, let's go see and figure it out. So she pulled them both. We took them up, rung them up, figured it, did that little voodoo magic, figure out, what's what. And she said, yeah. She said, it was either just enough or a little there, or the both red and blue would be just under the price of Croc, or I forget. But anyway, it was like transaction complete. I played those things for a while. The only problem was with my 10-year-old self, and for a lot of veteran players such as myself, they probably figured out how to get the HM for cut rather quickly. I did not. I restarted my game countless times because I did not know where to go. I remember Misty mentioning that the Cascade badge allowed you to use cut outside of battle. I remember that. And I remember getting the ticket for the SSN, but I just never put the dots together. Never did. I finally, one day, just had a middle schooler, high schooler, physically take my game, go to the SSN, in up to the captain, get cut, take me back out to Surge's gym for the cut bush. And even there, I got stuck. I didn't know what to do. And again, he had to take my game. He asked me which Pokemon I wanted to have cut taught to. I was like, oh, this one. And he did, and he cut the bush down. And he told me how to do it. He said, whenever you come out of the gym, he said, you'll have to use cut again to actually be able to leave. Yeah. I don't know why for me that was so hard, but it just was. And the next generation, too, so gold and silver. Oh, I did also get yellow, by the way. But anyway, gold and silver. Well, first I got crystal. See, here, I never saw any advertisements for gold, silver, or crystal. I think there might have been a magazine or something from Walmart that was advertising crystal. Yeah, crystal. I didn't know about gold and silver. So for all I knew, Gen 1 was the Pokemon game. But whenever I saw the advertisement for crystal, I was like, what's that? And I think I could be wrong, it's been so long ago. I think somehow I did convince Mom to buy it for me. And I played that. Whitney was tough, the third gym leader with her daggum mill tank. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the veteran players, the mill tank. But eventually I would get through. Now where I got stuck again would be Price, the 7th gym leader with the, pardon my French here, damnable ice skate around. Because at the time, I understood kind of ice physics that, hey, if I step here, I'm going to slide here. But I just could never figure out how to get around to the gym leader. And again, because of that, I restarted my game, 2 or 3 times, maybe. Just hoping that I could go back and find a clue or something. I don't know. Eventually, I figured it out. But it wasn't until, I don't know, I forget how long later that I finally, keep in mind this was Crystal, that I finally seen an ad in a magazine or something for gold and silver. And I was like, gold and silver? What are they? And I forget how I got them. Birthday or Christmas, maybe. Probably. And playing Crystal as long as I had, the whole intro scene with Suicune, and then what I didn't realize was that there was a piece of the music, not the intro music, the title theme music, title screen music that was cut out in Crystal, like the very opening part that is, yeah. I mean, yeah, I get the Crystal. It wants to get it straight to the point. This is the theme. Go nuts. But whenever I heard Gold and Silver, I wasn't expecting it. I mean, I kind of, well, no, I didn't really think of a different intro. But yeah, just having that extra little bit of the title theme music. Hold on, let me. Oops. Nope. Let me see whenever they came out. I know it was later. date. North America, October 15th, 2000. Okay, so like almost a full month, over 2 days, 2 days, 2 years. I'm tired. Um, but yeah, I lost my train of thought. I can't remember now. Ruby and Sapphire. Um, I did I did see ads for them first. So those are the ones I remember was like the photo booth ads where the people were in the photo booth with a Pokemon and the person was dressed in the way to where they kind of looked like that Pokemon, clothing wise. Um, oh, I need a drink. Hold on. Um, yeah, Ruby and Sapphire. I know. See, I know there was a part in there that I got stuck. Maybe it was Mr. Briny trying to figure out how to get from after because I beat Roxanne first gym leader. Maybe it was trying to figure out how to get from there down to what's his name, Brawley, the second gym leader. I just couldn't figure out where to go because game didn't tell you that. I mean, sure, yeah. I mean, yeah, it did. After you get Mr. Briny's Wingle saved, and he comes again, said, "Hey, come visit my cottage anytime." Okay, um, but for me, that wasn't enough to go. Oh, hey, maybe I should go back. It was just like probably just generic dialogue. I think I had it at school one day, and I asked a buddy of mine what to do, and he told me this is what you do, and I think I was like, really? Yeah. Uh, oh, my first time in the Elite Four for let's see. No, 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 no. I did not have Sapphire. No, 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 no. My buddy had Sapphire. I had Ruby. That way we could get the exclusive Pokemon. Um, but yeah, my first time through the Elite Four. Man, it was a slog. I was running through all my items trying to keep my Pokemon fighting fit. But eventually, I can't remember now if I'd actually somehow actually managed to make it through or if I just gave up and trained. I really can't remember. It's been so long ago. Gosh, I don't know. Um, hmm. Anyway, I remember Emerald, the one outside of the game itself, like the gameplay. The one thing I remember was, and I didn't know about it until the day of I went and bought it at Walmart, was they were doing like this pre-order thing where I think you got like a special card to put money onto it. It was Pokemon Emerald themed. Oh, excuse me. And once you got enough money on it when the game came out, you could buy it with that. I'm assuming that's what it was. I'm assuming. That's been what 2003, I think. 02, 03, somewhere around there. Um, I really don't remember. I'm wanting to think that's what it was. As for Diamond and Pearl, now at first I didn't buy it. Fix that. That's where my microphone is. Um, I can't remember if he was my cousin or just another friend I knew at the time. He had a DS. He had Diamond, I think it was, and he let me borrow it. He let me borrow it. He let me. He wouldn't let me take it home. I don't think. But as if we were at school, if we had downtime, he let me borrow it. I'd play it. Uh, and it for me, it wowed me whenever I realized that a poison Pokemon, not in battle, in the overworld, 1 HP left, automatically healed itself. What? For me, that was just mind blowing. Wow. Okay. Okay. I'm liking this. And I think this was my senior year in high school. I think so. Because I do know that summer, it was either between junior and senior or after I graduated. Um, let me uh, let me check here because I really can't remember. And Pearl. Let's see. April 22nd, 2007. Okay, okay. So it released 3 days before my birthday. Um, but yeah, so I graduated in '07. Uh, I did buy it. I bought a DS, and I think it was either Diamond, Platinum, or Platinum wasn't even out yet. Platinum wasn't a thing yet. Diamond, Pearl, Diamond or Pearl. I can't remember which. I can't remember if I got both. I really don't know. And I remember. Let's see. I think it was the same day I bought it. I think we had. It wasn't Sunday night service. It was something to do with the church. And while we were in the parking lot, waiting to go in, I was just sitting out there playing it, just having a grand old time. Later on, whenever Platinum did release, I do remember that at the time I got it was the one that came with the little Giratina figure. Don't ask me where that's at. I don't know. It seems like with everything, I just lose it. I just lose it. I don't know where it's at. Moving from my parents' house to a different house to I call them duplexes, those apartments that are like side by side, uh, to another one over here, to finally here, somewhere in there, I lost it. I couldn't tell you where it's probably in a landfill somewhere. But yeah, I remember playing Platinum and the Distortion World. That was something. Now, granted, at the time, don't get me wrong, I loved it, but there were some parts in the Distortion World I'd get stuck on because it's like, well, I've hit all four buttons on the directional pad, or the D-pad, nothing's happening, and I would go back, and then I'd come back again, and suddenly one of the directions works. It's like, really, really. Um, let's see, what was next? Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. So there's your four. Oh, Black and White. And then Black 2 and White 2. Um, yeah, it was around the time of the first Black and White. See, they throat getting sore talking. Around the time that Black and White was, some of the Pokemon were being introduced, I'm not going to say that I was seeing the designs of the new Pokemon. I was like, uh, uh. I was like, oh, that looks interesting. That looks interesting. That looks interesting. Uh, but I was kind of feeling like I just didn't want to play them anymore, and I kept that right up until, well, that feeling sometime sometime later. Um, I don't think I got them day one. I don't think I did. I think I waited like a month or two. I might have gotten them day one. I can't remember. But I know my friend circle, which reduced since high school. Uh, well, all but one. No, 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 no. Everybody was getting it. Everybody was getting it. I got the games. I played them. Got to what's his name? Getsus, the final team plasma guy. Yeah, he. Pardon my language here. Kept beating my ass. Um, Eventually, I did beat him, and I mean, I was so mad each and every time he would beat me. But when I finally beat him, yeah, the Black and White 2. Um, I did get them day one. I pre-ordered them. I remember having that book thing it come with. Um, I did do the link thing with the previous games where uh, it's not generic character's name. It's actually the name you chose for your character from the first Black and White. I don't remember much from Black 2 White 2. The Pokemon World Tournament or Championship or whatever the crap they call it. Oh, I love that. Uh, Whenever I discovered that, yes, you could fight all the champions up to that point. Oh, woo-hoo. Oh, I really love that. um, let's see, what was next? X and Y. Yeah, X and Y was next. Gen 6, 3DS. I remember getting it day one. I remember having pre-ordered it. I don't. I may have gotten both versions. I may have just gotten one. I think I got both versions, but I think the one that I played was X. I don't. I I think in Y version, I I think I did just enough to run up to the Elite Four and beat them. That was it. But X was the one that I did everything in. Um, oh, I did have a like a Game Genie type thing for my 3DS. I was able to hack in some stuff. Now I never did online play. I don't like online play. I don't. Uh, so I didn't feel bad about doing this, but that was the first instance I found of items in the game. Well, the code was in the game, but you just couldn't ever legit get them. That was the Latios site and the Latios site. Um, they were functional. They did work. Not like they did in ORAS, but they did work. Yeah. Um, I I just didn't much care for X and Y. To be honest with you, I just didn't. Um, I kind of wish they had done a. I know this has probably been talked to death. I wish they had done like a Z version, XYZ, to tie up the loose ends with Zygarde instead of just throwing that crap in Sun and Moon. Because a buddy of mine got all the Zygarde pieces and whatever. Pull that back around. you know what? I didn't bother. I tried. I really did. But there was some that I had picked up along the way that it was just like, no, no. Either give it to me at the start or don't give it to me at all. Oh, that to go back to Gen 5 for a moment. That's like Meloetta hacked in. I hacked it in because the way I see it, if you're not going to give it to me, well, at the time you could hack Pokemon into your game. Can't really do that now, but at the time, yeah. If you're not going to give me this and I know it exists, I'm going to find another way to get it. Even after Nintendo shut down the Wi-Fi thing on the DS, not the 3DS, the DS, I was still using uh, whatever this thing was called, where you just connected to a random whatever it was to still make trades. That may still be working now. I don't know. That was Generation 4. We're on getting ready to go to Generation 9. Um, Hold on just a second. Yeah, sorry about the little cut there. I thought someone was at the door, but no, I think I just thumped the desk, and with these in, it sounded like the door. Um, anyway, what did I get to? Something about Sun and Moon. I think that's where I got to. Either that or I was just starting to talk about it. Um, I thought the idea of instead of gyms, gym leaders, that it was trials. I thought it was an interesting idea. Um, let's see. I had Sun. A friend of mine had Moon. Uh, and then I think later on I had Ultra Sun. I think he had Ultra Moon. No, that's right, because I got him Ultra Moon right probably about a month or two before Sword and Shield released. Um, Something like that. Yeah, the one thing I did like about Sun and Moon, and by proxy Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, is that after you became the champion, I hate I hated that you had to go back through the Elite Four, but I love that you could defend your title. Something they did not keep in Sword and Shield. Why, I don't know. I thought that was a great thing because think about it. You're already the champion. You've done what they wanted you to do. But yet, whenever you go back through it, you gotta earn the title of champion again, just like it was Gens 1 through 6. Gen 7, they made it to where, like I said, you could defend your title, but Gen 8 is back to the old way. Why? 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 That was so stupid. Why do that? I, Plus, I didn't like Sword and Shield anyway. See there? I mean, don't get me wrong. I will fully admit, I did complete the Pokedex, the one for Scout, the Galarian Pokedex. I finished the whatever the first DLC Pokedex was. The second DLC, whatever it was, the Northern Tundra or whatever. I don't, I don't think I even bothered finishing it because by the time I got all the story related stuff done, for me that's it. And that, And that's like with shiny hunting. Kudos and respect to the people that do that. I'm glad you've got the 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 cojones, the will, whatever you want to call it, to do that. I don't. Now, the closest I can say I'd come to it before Legends Arceus was in, was it Sun or Ultra Sun? What? Okay, Gen 7. Using the SOS feature. Um, Again, I hacked in a bunch of those items that or force the Pokemon to have a higher chance of calling for backup. Like 999 of them, 999. Um, I don't care. Like I said, I'm not doing online play, so I don't care if I do or not. And I did do a lot of that to get some shinies. Granted, it was tedious even with the shiny charms because my shiny luck is bad. To tell you how bad it is, how bad my shiny luck is, and I'm sure there's probably going to be somebody out there worse. I'm sure. The very not including the Red Gyarados, the scripted Red Gyarados in Gen 2, and then uh, Gen 4's version of Johto, was a shiny Zubat in Generation 3. Now, that was the first time I'd ever run into one. A shiny, I should say. And I did not know how rare they were. I did not have many balls to try to catch it with. I think I ran away from it. Never encountered another one. The very next Pokemon I encountered, I believe, was Generation 7, not an SOS battle. I think it was a wild Pharaoh, just by chance. And I knocked that, pardon my French, knocked that sumbitch out, trying to be cautious to lower its health. Nah, just knock it out. Seriously? That's okay. I eventually did find one in the virtual console release of Gen 2. Well, it was a shiny Spearow. I did do the cloning glitch to clone that Spearow. Sent one to Generation 7 and kept the other one in Gen 2. That way I can say I got my shiny Pharaoh. Now in Legends Arceus, now that I've completed the game, there were some parts of it kiss my ass. There were. And I'm sure I've got friends who, while not using my exact words, can agree with my sentiments. Yeah, since I've beaten the main story, I'm not I'm not gonna try to do the side missions. Some of them, I just read them. I'm like, no, it ain't gonna happen. Period. No. I do there for a little while after I finally uh, got got the Pokedex complete. Believe me, that was a headache in and of itself. There were people probably day one that had it done. Here I am, probably about a month later, still sitting there trying to figure out where to find this, and this. Oh well. But once I finally got that done and got the shiny charm, um, yeah, my success hasn't been too great, but I have had Well, let me put it this way. In terms of all my time of playing since Gen 2 when shinies were introduced, not counting the scripted red Gyarados, from Gen 2 to Gen 8, I've had wild success. In the scheme of things compared to everybody else, I'm probably only just barely starting to get that top layer off. But do I really care? No. I mean, I might take an interest one day and be like, oh, you know what? I think I'll try to hunt for this. But usually after like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, I'm bored. I don't want to do it anymore. It's like it's become a chore. That Whenever a game gets like that, and granted, I understand it's not part of the, excuse me, not part of the main story. But once a game gets like that, it's not fun. For other people, oh, I'm sure it is. I've watched people on YouTube that'll go through hours and hours and hours shiny hunting one Pokemon, doing the same exact, okay, same exact repetitive motion over and over, especially in Legend Arceus case, same repetitive motion over and over and over and over again. I can't do that. I won't do that. I might do it 2 or 3 times tops, if even that. If I find it on the first 1, 2, or 3 times, anywhere from 1 to 3, or hold on, if I find it within a whatever set limit I give myself, usually 3 at most. If I find it then, good. If not, oh well. I got better things to do. But like I said, I give kudos and props to those people that can sit down and do that day in, day out. No. I've never been one much for the shiny hunting thing. Like I said, if I find one, great. If not, oh well. And just now realizing it, I never even talked about the remakes. So like Fire Red, Leaf Green, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Orez, uh, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. I'll probably leave those for another time. This video is going on pretty long enough. Um, Let me just check one more thing real quick, like. Uh, yep. But anyway, this has been random talk. Don't you just hate it when your voice does that? Just woo. I thought that crap left long ago after I hit puberty and my voice started going down. Nope. Every I know this ain't Pokemon related. The longest I've had that happen was like in 7th or 8th grade. I was talking, my voice just randomly went ooh, and it just kept doing that. It would not go back down until I went and then. Anyway, this has been random talk, and I've talked about Pokemon. I've talked about that weird, annoying ooh in your voice. I may be the only one. I don't know. But yeah, have a good night. Have a good rest of your day wherever you live. Uh, yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Wait, the sand. I'll, I'll figure out something to do eventually. Signing out.